At the point of prayer, we'll be able to ask the Lord to step in and let there be peace. Because this matter is a prophecy I have given to you before now. And I told you, I said, the war in the Middle East is going to escalate. And right away, you are seeing what's called this escalation. And this escalation is not going to be controlled under a year. This is going to jeopardize the Middle East. This is going to jeopardize the Middle East. This is going to involve people who are not involved. Because I'm saying people who are not involved are going to also receive bombardment. People who are not involved are going to receive bombardment. Bombs will be leaving places that is directed to and going to other targets. These are the things that the Lord has shown the major prophet of God, that I may see it and also call the people who are prayer warriors and all the sons of God all over the world to stand on their ground and pray. And this prayer is very, very important. This prayer is very, very important. This prayer is very, very important because the third world war we prayed against is about to kickstart. Pray and pray. Pray and pray. Pray and pray. This is the reason we must pray without looking back. Pray without turning back. Pray with all our heart. We need the peace of the world at this moment. Because any further escalation of what I am seeing in the realm of the spirit is going to touch everywhere. It's going to touch everywhere. It's going to touch Africa. It's going to touch Europe. It's going to touch America. It's going to touch different countries of the world. And this issue will be a thing that people begin to wonder. And the touching is going to be in a way that people will be surprised. They'll begin to see this was called guerrilla kind of war. That kind of war. And the city will be on their own. And all of a sudden, a bombardment will step into a city. And you hear, power. And when you see that power, you're going to look at what is this and what is this all about? Where is it coming from? Before you know it, you try to put your eye to understand what's going on. Then you will discover that it is what is happening in the Middle East that is about to rob different parts of the world. Different parts of the world. This is a very vital issue that everybody that is concerned must pray the prayer and stand on your ground and pray this prayer and back up the world at this moment. The world needs this prayer at this moment. They need this prayer at this moment. And America as a country, this is your opportunity to get things right. This is your opportunity to get things right. You have this time to get things right. You have this time to fix things. You have this time to make sure that peace return to the Middle East by mediating diplomatically and otherwise to make sure the peace return there. The peace return amongst the Israelites and the Iran and other Middle East that are also in this turmoil. Because this very issue is going to bring what's called America also getting involved. And so we pray that God should take absolute control. It's not the will of God that any negative things should be happening. The will of God is that peace may reign. Peace may reign. Let peace reign. Let things get all right. Let things be fixed. Let things come back normal. Let things be okay. Because failure to all of these things is going to make the world the world is going to feel it. The world is going to feel it. The world is going to feel it. And this very thing that I am saying is part of the thing that the Lord has told me that is going to affect America in terms of their election. In terms of their election. Then I begin to ask the Lord, what is it going to do regarding their election? And the Lord said, this alone is capable of shifting the American election. They have few days to go. These are about few weeks to go. Less than 5 weeks to go. But whatever will now lead to American election shifted is not what we pray for. So America should try their best and do what they need to do with diplomatic and other means of conflict resolution to get this very conflict resolved. in the Middle East. Because the peace of the Middle East is also the peace of the world. Because this is an issue God has shown to Major Prophet of God. God has shown it to me for some months and some weeks ago. And I have prophesied it some year, like a year plus or thereabout. God had told me this, and I prophesied it right on this very altar. The will of God is that when revelation is revealed, people who are in authority, people who are in one position or the other, they should try as much as possible to now hearken to the voice of God and then ask questions what they need to do and the steps they need to take. When they ask questions and what they need to do and steps they need to take, then the prophet of God can be able to enlighten them the more. You see, this is very important. God is going to open all the secret of the secret, and the revelations, the prophecies are going to rain like water on this altar. Because God is taking us deeper to the affairs of the planet Earth. I told you something some time ago. I said there's a meeting that took place in the realm of the spirit, right there in the space. This is space realm of the spirit. And the people who attended this meeting are people that matters on the face of the earth. And these are the meeting that they discussed about so many things, about the destiny of the earth and what is going to be happening on the face of the earth. So, Major Prophet of God, I am in the position to now pray the prayer, stand in the gap, do what I need to do, give all the support, spiritual backup to making sure that the world have their peace. And that is why when God has given me the revelations of things that is unfolding, I will call out the prayer so that everyone that needs to pray will join the Major Prophet of God to pray the prayer that is needed at the right time that the prayer is needed to bring a total victory. So that is that one, and that is by the way. And America must do everything possible. You know, I told them about some issue that has to do with their finance. This was called American economy. The things they are seeing now and what is happening now is just like a tip of eye. A tip of eye. Because I am seeing more things that are going to happen. And more things that are going to happen. America should take their country very serious and pay more attention. And leave all these international matters and have a way to now make what's called world peace. World peace is the best. Because from now to the election and the election of America, there's going to be serious people coming out to protest. The same type of protest that you're seeing in Africa is going to happen in America. It's going to happen in America. And people will not be able to take. They will not be able to take election result. People will not be able to now take what's called American election result. For they are going to say no and begin to protest on what I begin to see in the realm of the spirit that are right there in the future. And we should pray so that turnout will not happen. Because, every revelation that God has given to Major Prophet of God, it is what's called a revelation with solution, prophecy with solution. Because the solution is when God says, pray, and we pray the prayer we need to pray and do what we ought to do. We need to do our part. We need to play our part and leave the rest for God. Because I'm seeing what's happened in Africa about to happen right there in the United States of America. And people will come out and protest and say, no. People will protest. People will come out. People will riot. And people will protest. And protest turn sour. And protest turn riot. We must pray. Pray for them and pray for America seriously with this very revelation that I'm showing you right now as the Lord is opening the spiritual world for Major Prophet of God to see these matters and prophesy them the way they are in the realm of the spirit. I know that when it comes to spiritual matter, it's not everybody that can fully comprehend what the Spirit is saying. The Bible says, let he that has ear hear what the Spirit is saying. In other words, the Spirit is the one speaking. And for you to fully understand what the Spirit is doing, you have to, what the Spirit is saying, you need to quickly open your heart and be spiritual enough to understand this principle and these things. So this is why it is called a prayer, a prophecy with solution, so that they can pray to avert issues or not pray, and these issues begin to completely unfold. Because I am seeing what's called the election that is coming in America, and I begin to look at the people that are about to vote. Now also begin to see what's called foreign voters and international voters coming in to vote beyond the American understanding. What's this all about? What is foreign voters? What is international voters? What's going on? What's happening there in the realm of the spirit? What is going on there? What's happening there in the realm of the spirit? So we need to concentrate to the spiritual world and look at what the spiritual world has in stock and begin to now pray the prayer that we need to pray. So let the hand of the Lord prevail. Let the hand of the Lord be above. Let the hand of the Lord remain on the top. Let the will of God be done. Let what God has destined be. Let the perfect will of God be accomplished. For God is God and God is not a man. So we need to pray for the country of America. We need to pray, especially people who are there need to pray the prayer. And if this means for them to come over and seek the face of God, so that the Lord can instruct them precept by precept, line by line, what and what, way to way. So they need to seek the face of God. They need to seek the face of God. They need to seek the face of God. The interest of the whole world is fixed in America. Pray for UK and pray against what's called bombing in UK. Pray for UK and pray against what's called bombing in UK. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. Very, very important that you pray that prayer. This is a spiritual revelation. These are things in the spirit realm. These are things in the spiritual realm. A lot of enemies are springing up. A lot of enemies are springing up. And then finally, to what's called ECOWAS, and also what's called African Union. ECOWAS and African Union. ECOWAS and African Union. Think more of your people than what's called organized institution. Organized institution to please godfathers, to please spirits, to please unseen forces, to please what powers. Think about your people. Your people is no more happy. Your people in ECOWAS are not happy because of corruptions in the high places. Corruption in the high places. A region that is highly blessed, region that is highly favored, region that has it all. They should not be the most poorest region. They should not be the most frustrated and abandoned region. They should not be. And people who play the largest role, especially people like Nigeria that play largest role as leaders in EU, leaders in there's AU, African Union, and also leaders in ECOWAS. Nigeria should set example. How do you set example? Set example with what's called a good governance. Go back to your people and know the pains of your people. Go back to your people and see the cry of your people. Go back to your people and see the agony of your people. Go back to your people and hear the cry of your people, the yearning of your people, and look inwardly how you can remedy the problem that's called domestic problem. Domestic problems in Nigeria is about to completely tear Nigeria apart. Tear Nigeria apart. And this is issue that the Lord has opened the eye of the major prophet of God to now begin to now prophesy what I see in the realm of the spirit. Please share this broadcast and share it to everybody. Share the broadcast immediately. Share it. Let everybody that is watching online share the broadcast. Share it immediately, because I am giving you prophecy of things that are already penciled down in the realm of the spirit. And I am not here for what's called a self-recognition. I am not here for what's called a self-exaltation or self-glory. I am here that the glory may be to God and God alone, and everybody can hear the voice of the Lord before things begin to unfold. Things is about to unfold in the realm of the spirit. Nigeria as leader in ECOWAS, as leader in African Union, as leader in different African organizations and all of that. So set example with your citizens. Set example with your citizens. You cannot tell me you don't have the resources. Everything is in your power. You have all the resources in your power. You have all the might in your power. You have everything it takes. God has done you well with a lot of blessings, unseen blessings, mineral resources, and all of that. Set example with your people. Remove the mute in your eye before going to remove other people's own.